tough conversation. This was another one that Mustafa Saab requested from me. This was a question we got in the last event. What can I do when I'm having a tough conversation with a boss or a colleague or a coworker? What are the techniques to handle a tough conversation? So these are some of the techniques I wanted to bring to you guys. You can write these down if you want. Remind them of their value in your life. What have they done good? Always, make it a rule. Always start a difficult discussion with a positive note, reminding them of their value, whether it's through email or verbal. Start the discussion with a positive note sincerely. Don't just say things that you're making up or it's fluffy. Sincere reminder of their value in your life. This company is wonderful to me. It has done this, this, and this for me. I acknowledge, start with that. If it's an employee, start with what is wonderful about them. Start with that. Remind them of their value. As you are sharing the whole discussion, ask them for their point of view. Like I've been asking you guys for feedback. Resist the urge to come back with a rebuttal. When they are voicing a concern to you that you don't agree with, resist the urge to say anything at that time. Just listen. When the time is for you to speak up, you can share it then. But in the beginning, just listen. Help them see your side by explaining your position. Again, communicate clearly, not in circles. Even if it's something difficult to tell them, you are going to do a favor by sharing it honestly than talking in circles because they're not going to know. When they don't know, they can't improve. Validate their feelings. This is different from reminding them of their value. If they share with you during the conversation, I'm sorry, this is just making me feel like such, and such. Don't say, well, I'm using all these techniques and you still feel like this, what the heck? Validate. I can understand how you feel this way. I understand, I get that. And then continue on that conversation. Never marginalize other people's feelings when they're sharing them. Never. I do that even with my daughters. My older one is almost 20 now. She comes up with the craziest stuff. Believe me, that would typically make you laugh. But I can't do that when she's angry at me and she's sharing something. I have to validate what she's feeling. And then I have to be the parent and do what is right for both of us. Move the conversation forward. Try not to get stuck on one point. And then stay in touch with them after the conversation is over. Check progress. This is true for both workplace communication and in personal lives. Just because a difficult discussion has been had and some kind of a resolution was reached does not mean it's over. So always make sure, especially for managers and bosses, make sure, because this person's feathers have been ruffled. If he's valuable to your company, make sure you check progress. Make sure you check with them. ठीक है सब, is it okay? Do you want to share something with me? Open door policy comes up here too. So that actually concludes the material that we needed to cover.
I think without planning, in certain cases we don't have planning, but if we are in professional and even in like business, so our next move depends upon our strong planning. Sometimes a few parts get materialized and few doesn't, but it doesn't mean that we just work blindly. Okay, trading part ho jayega, I'll be at this level. If I'm in a career and I have a planning, I have to be at the CEO level, and then I will plan accordingly. It will never happen कि मुझे अगर मैंने planning ही नहीं की और मुझे कोई रात को आके CEO seat पे बिठा देगा.
बिल्कुल.
So I would like to have your thought about it.
Yeah, thank you. Great question. I never said that don't plan. Planning ke baghair वाकई कुछ नहीं होता. Remember we talked about intention. Let's make an intention that we will. I believe in setting intentions, by the way, not really planning. I'm not a huge fan of planning, but intentions are very important. That's called goal setting also. It is not the planning that is the problem. It is the attachment to the results that we are expecting. That is where वो जो मैं example दे रही थी ना, resign as the CEO of the universe, कि आपने अपनी planning करके leave it, उसको फिर faith कहते हैं या leave it to the universe या जो भी है, उसके बाद आप अपने results के ऊपर attached ना रहें. Let it show up the way it's going to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you. Great question though. Ji.
I want to add to what you said and what she asked. the attachment to whatever you planned. That means आप कितना unpredictability को एक factor in किस तरह से कर सकते हैं, and then how do you handle when things go against what you planned or maybe you were too attached with the planning?
Excuse me. Very good. So emotional intelligence teaches you a very important skill, which is flexibility. You become flexible in life. You learn to respond versus react. ठीक है? So मैंने ये सोचा था कि मैंने ये टॉक डिलीवर करनी है और मैं 4-5 दिन पहले लाहौर आके मुस्तफ़ा साहब के साथ बैठ के तो I'm going to talk about what we're going to do. That was my plan. It didn't work out that way because of my dental issues. Now I had to respond and I had to manage what I was going to do, and we met today and got it done. So an emotionally intelligent person, I mean, I could have just said, oh my God, I can't do this, बहुत कम घंटे हैं, आप cancel कर दें please, ये वो. That would have been a reaction. So when you are emotionally intelligent, you have more balance, and therefore you can be flexible. So you let go of the attachment कि नहीं मैं तो हर हाल में मुझे 3 दिन पहले करनी थी prepare because हमने slides भी prepare करनी है, फिर हमने ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है. That is the attachment, and that basically, I'll just quickly say, that is the sign of a personality that is actually fearful and weak inside. People that are controlling, they have OCD. Controlling people are actually insecure people. You will see bullies are that way too. Bullies become bullies because they must have control of their environment and everything else. The need of control is the need of ego. Faith is the opposite of that. Yes?
What about the myth of perfection? Because you want to control things because you want to deliver everything perfectly.
Perfectionism is a sign of weakness. Sorry. The pursuit of perfection is wonderful, but the attachment to perfection is a sign of weakness. It is a self-judgment. Why are you wanting to deliver absolutely perfect results? What's the worst that can happen? Right? आज I don't know कितने लोग हैं हमारे इधर हॉल में. अगर मैं आप सब लोगों में से सर्वे करूं, कुछ लोग बहुत बुरा रिजल्ट भी दे सकते हैं मुझे. Now, should I just focus on that and be like, oh my God, I'm devastated. They didn't like what I said. There are always going to be people that are not going to agree with you, that are not going to like what you're saying, what you're doing. There will always be people like that in life. Emotional intelligence teaches you how to stay balanced and rooted in what you are and who you are. Are you happy with what you did? Am I happy with what I did today? That is where it comes from.